I hope you're at the same place that I'm at with what's going on in the world right now. For the last, say, 4 or 5 years, I've been trying to convince people of what was going to happen with this new global thing that they were trying, the richest people in the world. And I had a hard time convincing everybody. Now that we're in the middle of it, it's time for those of us who are aware of it to keep moving. We can't sit here and spend all of our time trying to convince people that what they're seeing right in their faces is not normal and that it's something that's planned. So first of all, the first thing that I want to do with you is to help you to identify who's doing it, because you must know who your real enemies are. The wealthiest people in the world got together in the last, say, 30 years, you can even go back further than that, but especially in the last 30 years, and they had meetings about things like depopulation. And in order for them to get to that point, they had to create a lot of different situations that we've been seeing recently. The only thing is when you hear things like that and, people start saying, oh, those are conspiracy theories. Now, let me just say this to you. All the conspiracy theories are coming true. We are in the middle of this chaos that they plan to create. And something that I want you to look at, there's a person on here that has a great video on the Cloward Piven theory that was done in 1966. And it talks about how they create chaos. They do unbridled immigration. They make the country in debt. Therefore, they can come in and take over the country. The main thing that you have to understand is that destroying America is the goal. They always plan to do that because you cannot have superpowers and you have a small group of people take over those countries. You must destroy the superpowers. So what happened? In the last few years, they have strategically gone after the superpowers and their heads of state. That's why we're seeing all of the attacks on Donald Trump. Donald Trump is no different from any other businessman, but the reason that you see the attacks on him constantly is because he ran for president by his own choosing. He was not selected to run for president. He was elected by the people. Now, I don't know how long it's gone on, but for quite some time, we have the select group of people. The ruling class has been selecting and putting people in office all over the world. That's why you're seeing all of these races that look real suspicious, and all of a sudden somebody just happens to win the presidency of their country and nobody voted for them. And so now that you understand, all of this is planned. Everything that you see is unusual, and it's unusual because it was intended to be unusual. It was intended to create chaos. And to create chaos, in doing that, they had meetings back in the early 90s, the ruling class, and they decided that they needed to depopulate a majority of the planet. Now, people don't like for you to talk about depopulation, but you realize that depopulation is genocide. And depopulation sounds okay when they say it, because then they can create all of these narratives that we need to depopulate 7 billion people because they're going to destroy our planet. Let me just say this. And I just wanted to tell you this, that most of the people on the planet can live in the state of Texas, definitely the state of Alaska, and be no more crowded than Manhattan. So when they created all of this, it was intentional. It was intentional in order for them to take over the planet. And how are they going to do it? How are they going to depopulate? You're seeing it right in your face. War. Just think, just 4 years ago, we were not involved in any active wars anywhere in the world. But now in the last 3.5 years since Biden and Harris have taken over, and we've had different rulers all over the world, we have wars everywhere. War is the easiest way because they make so much money off the war, off of all of the military equipment that they use, all of the weapons, then the infrastructure that they have to build for war, and then they make the money off of rebuilding it after the war. Understand that. All of those things, they are making bukus of money rebuilding. So you wonder why they're tearing up Ukraine, because the same people that are running this new thing that they're doing also owns all of the weapons manufacturing companies. The next thing that you have to look at is abortion. They had an abortion little, I guess, some kind of trailer right outside the DNC where people can have abortions. Okay, are you awake yet? Are you awake yet? Do you think that's because they care about that? And the fact that they're pushing abortion as if it's something that just started happening. That's another thing. And the other is viruses and vaccines. We all know about that. I'm not going to go into any detail with that. Everyone knows what happened with COVID. And then you have crime, high crime. The other day I saw the mayor of Aurora, Colorado, and the mayor of Denver, and they're acting as if, oh no, this is not crime. I'm like, what the heck? You have people going in, taking over apartment complexes, and then trying to make the people pay them. This is something that probably hasn't happened in 2,000 years. Do y'all realize this? This is unconscionable what we're seeing right now. But it's not real crime. And you don't even see, have you heard Kamala respond to it or say anything about it? Have you heard Joe Biden, who is our commander in chief? Have you heard him say anything about all of this craziness that's going on in the country? No, you haven't. And then you have illegal immigration. You understand the purpose of illegal immigration is to bring in a group of people who do not work well with the natives of that land. When they come in, you're going to have chaos. So the whole purpose of this is chaos. We're going to continue to talk about the chaos that's here, and we're going to talk about what we can do about it. Now it's time for us to start talking about what do we do about all of this chaos.